The short window of rifle season means that we need to find high percentage, productive places to hunt. We don't have a whole lot of time to waste with empty sits. Every time we hunt and we don't fill that tag, it needs to get us closer and closer to success. We just, maybe need to adjust a little bit to get us a little more in range, or maybe we need to shift down a little bit, or, something. But it's getting us closer and closer to filling that tag. Now, luckily, there are some great places to hunt that offer great rifle season success, but you're either ignoring them or don't even know they exist. That is unacceptable, at least to me anyway. Maybe you like having unsuccessful hunts because you choose to sit in unproductive places time and time again, but I doubt it. So in this video, we're going to go over 3 of the best spots to hunt for a successful rifle season. These spots will get you closer to the action when time is running out. Don't waste another rifle season sitting in the same old, tired, unproductive spots. But before we go over these amazing rifle season hunting spots, do me a favor, and if this is your first time on my channel, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you click that bell icon so you can be notified every time I upload a video. And the first place that you need to hunt to have a successful rifle season is you've got to find unpressured bedding. Now, I know you're going to say that there is just too much pressure where you hunt, that the area is just loaded with hunters, especially if you're on public ground. But I promise you that there are areas, even on those high pressure public grounds, that aren't receiving as much pressure because they're just too hard to get to. But do not let that stop you from hunting these potentially very productive areas. Look on an aerial map for areas that might have some thicker ground cover that might be harder to get to. It's off the beaten path that a lot of these other hunters just aren't bothering to go to because they're going to the same old stands that they've hunted for the last decade. Those normal hunting spots, they're right off the main path. They're those large open fields that everybody go to. The trees are just lined with orange vests and orange jackets. You need to look for those smaller fields that are off the main trails. They're farther back in there that deer are going to go to, trying to escape the careless hunters on those other very popular spots. The point is to find the areas that deer are going to go to escape the hunting pressure from everywhere else. And this applies just as much to private lands as it does to public land. If you've got a small tract of land, you've got less than a couple hundred acres, deer are going to be experiencing pressure from the neighboring properties. So you need to make sure that your property is the place that deer will go to feel safe. And if the deer feel more safe, they've run away from the other public land hunters, or they have escaped your high pressure neighbors to go to your safe haven, they're going to spend more time on their feet in that area during daylight hours. And speaking of the areas that deer are going to flock to escape this high pressure, you need to look for areas that were recently clear-cut or at least very aggressively thinned. And by recently cut, I mean within the last few years. And the reason that these are great places to rifle hunt is because deer feel safer when they've got some cover. And if it's been thinned and everything hasn't been dragged out of it, then there's going to be a lot of cover down on a deer's level, 4 or 5 feet and lower. Those deer are going to feel so much safer. If the trees were cut in the last growing season, there could be a lot of browse still on the tops that are down on that deer's level. So there's going to be, quality food along with that cover on that deer's level. If it was cut in the last few years, you could have a lot of woody sprouts that are 6 or 7 feet tall if it's not a species that deer prefer to browse on. And if it is, then you're going to have tons of quality forage, those mineral stumps there for deer to eat in that small area. This time of year when the rut is on, that cover and food component there in that small area is going to bring in the does, and that is going to bring in the bucks. I guarantee you that if you find recent clear cuts or some heavy thinning on public ground, or if you create some temporary forest openings on your private ground, you will have success in these spots every single time you hunt them. And by success, I mean you at least will see deer, and to me, that's a successful hunt. And the third spot that you need to hunt to have a successful rifle season is you need to position yourself between bedding and food. If you know where the deer are bedding, maybe it's on a neighboring piece of property, a different block of timber, but you know that they are coming to your food plot or whatever food source you have on your property, and it's after dark, what you need to do is find the route they're taking between the two and set up on a pinch point. This strategy works very well in situations where deer aren't coming out into your food sources until well after dark, or in areas where there's hunters crowding over the food sources. Those deer know those hunters are there, and they're going to wait somewhere off to the side where they can't be seen, wait for those hunters to leave. They know exactly when those hunters leave those stands. So if you set up off of that food source, that's where you can intercept them. Take advantage of the pressure from your neighbors and the other hunters on public ground, and they will funnel deer to you. Let them waste their time hunting those destination food sources and those over-hunted, I killed a buck here 15 years ago stands. You go somewhere else. So that was 3 spots that you need to key in on to have a successful rifle season. Don't waste another year. Don't sit over those same old tired spots just hoping something happens. Get out there, find the good cover, find the travel corridors between food and bedding, make something happen this year. Hit that like button if you like this video, share it if you found it helpful, and make sure that you are subscribed so you can stay informed. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you like that video, you might want to watch this video right here or this one right here. Go ahead and watch all of them because you can never be too informed.